genocide control. How a few years ago the US stopped an Israeli attack on Gaza with one call and stopped it within 24 hours. I was going to talk to you about deliberate US genocide support, where the US vetoes calls for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in the UN Security Council, denying Israeli genocide as outlined at the International Court of Justice, rushing bombs to Israel to be used on Gaza, defending Israeli ships in the Red Sea carrying munitions to Israel to continue the genocide. Shame. Rips $340 million of UNRWA to starve Palestinians in Gaza and demands other countries do the same. But we have received reports this morning, I had to change my speech or my talk, that Israel's end game is now on. The deliberate and planned ethnic cleansing of Gaza will largely play out over the next couple of weeks. And the US part of it has now become obvious. All the delay in defence of Israel was to allow Israel to drive the total population of Gaza towards the concentration camp fence with Egypt, to starve them into desperation and a willingness to flee once again, to allow Israel to terrorise Palestinians so they're willing to consider any option to stay alive. Reports have come in that Egypt has agreed to allow Israel to drive the Palestinians out of Gaza into Egypt. And the US will be supporting this action, maybe muttering words of disapproval, but with a sly wink on the side. Shame on USA! Today as I speak, a concentration camp is being built in the Egyptian Sinai. Israel will attack Rafah to terrorise the people there and slaughter a whole bunch of people. Israel will bomb the fence between Gaza and Egypt to open it up. Israel will drive many Palestinians across the border. The people who make it to Sinai will be taken to the concentration camp Egypt is building. Over the next year, there will be family reunifications where Palestinians still left in Gaza will be moved out into the Sinai, leaving a small population as Israel moves in and annexes Gaza to Israel. This is the end game that Netanyahu has wanted to engineer for decades. Shame! Shame! Egypt's President Sisi, he's on the deal. He gets to stay in power, possibly other incentives. In the meantime, the US wants to get Americans held by Hamas out. So the US has called for a brief pause. The game is on. The US will get the Americans free from Hamas, then back the Israeli genocide cleansing of Gaza. The building of the concentration camp in Sinai has been documented by the Sinai Foundation. Remember that name, Google it, look it up. The Sinai Foundation. It is in Arabic, but you can translate it into English. There is video of the buildings. So what do we want to do? Remember good old Winnie asked for a ceasefire? He seemed to be really good just a day or two ago. What we want people to do is Google the Sinai Foundation, get across the information. We're going to put that information and the links up on the PSNA website